So at the start of every year means optimism. We have our goals and everything that we want to achieve in that year. Many of us have had a much needed break during the holidays that we're fired and ready to go. We work incredibly hard throughout that year, and however it plays out, towards the end, it's a good time to reflect and think of new learnings that will make our next year even better. My year was great. On a professional perspective, at the start of the year, I got out of a toxic job and found a new role that suits my long-term goals. And for my business mind system, I'm working with some incredible new clients where we're seeing some amazing results and their lives are transforming. And I've made core amendments to the podcast format. So this suits my long-term strategy and I feel really, really happy about it. But with everything that goes into my life, for my job, working long hours, for the podcast, researching, reading, filming, editing, posting, engaging, and then coaching, I was overdoing it. I knew it and I was burning out. I then spent more of my free time unproductive, procrastinating as my mind and body was exhausted, and I was producing episodes less and less, and I didn't want to do anything. Something needed to change before I was completely burnt out and lost all momentum of all the things that I've built up so far. So here I'll be sharing some of the biggest lessons that I've learned this year and the changes that I'm going to take with me into the new year. Life's all about progression, and learning from previous events for future improvement is pinnacle. And definitely this year, I can say a lot has changed, as I'm sure with you, which is why you're probably clicking into this episode as you're planning next year. One thing to note is that most importantly, my attitude and how my time is valued has changed. So here are some of the biggest lessons that I've learned. So firstly, I want to do things that suit my time, not the algorithm. What I've learned is that I shouldn't feel pressured to post every day on social media. Post when I can, not to keep up with the algorithm. Yes, it's good to be seen, but trying constantly to keep up is exhausting and risks many things, including poor content, mental health issues, and burnout. And at the start, I was trying to capture and retain the interest of my online following. And with so much content around social media and how to use it effectively, it appeared to be a real daunting task. What should I post? How often should I be posting? Is this good enough? It was affecting my mental health trying to keep up, and looking back, I could see what posts were rushed and what posts after time were things that I'm proud of. While social media is incredibly useful and for brands starting out, it is an important factor, I decided to focus on me and not to put pressure on what to post and when. Now I try to post when it suits my time. Think of poker players, they don't play every hand, but what they do is play the hand strategically. And this is, to me, key. Instead of pressuring myself to post every single day, now I post when it truly matters, when I have something really worth telling. Sure, this may stop progression of the brand in the short term, but I'm thinking of the longer term and my health. Number 2 is learn to say no more often. Wanting to progress in my career meant I would say yes to most things in the hope that someone will notice, but what happens is that I'm not coping with the additional work. My work suffers more, I'm pleasing others to avoid conflict, and I'm not thinking of me. See, by saying no, I'm protecting myself and I'll be more productive and do an even better job on the current tasks that I have. I also found this with a podcast. At the start, I was saying yes to guests just to get content, as I was afraid that by saying no, I would miss out. Now I'm more selective and I'll only interview if I feel it will benefit my audience. So I'm not just producing episodes for the sake of it. I also found that saying no to something allows me to say yes to many other things that I really care about. And this helped by showing others that I value my time, my work, my priorities on the things that matter the most. Also, by saying no, I found that I got more respect in the process. There is a way to say no gracefully and respectively without losing relationships, which I'm going to explore in another episode. So stay tuned for that. But in essence, saying no more often and valuing my time more changed my year completely. Number 3 is not worry about instant success, but remain hungry. So earlier this year, I was getting frustrated that things weren't progressing as quickly as I hoped, and I made some poor decisions in releasing episodes that I knew deep down needed more work. So I was pressured to make one episode a week. I found that when I am dedicating more time producing better episodes by researching more and producing when I was inspired, then I was seeing more acknowledgement than previous years. And it takes more time, but the quality of work should come first. And if you're in the right mindset, when you can, you'll naturally feel better about the work going out. By doing this, I remove the pressure to produce frequently, and while success will take longer, my health will benefit from it. So these are the things that I've applied this year, which have really helped and enabled me to enjoy the process more and avoiding burning out. Whilst I know my goals may take longer, it will be worth it in the long run. And I hope that you've had a good year too, and next year will be even better. Let me know what has helped you this year, and if you found this episode valuable. And if you do, please subscribe and comment. But take care and speak soon.